Welcome, Taurus. This is your June 8th to June 14th forecast. For you, the most influential transit is going to be Venus being at its farthest point from the sun. And that's going to highlight your love and relationships, and that's going to occur on June 11th. And you may reflect on your relationships and personal values, and just know that this is a time for you to assess what truly matters to you in love and with your partnerships. So we do have the Three of Diamonds coming out, and it's so funny because this is my second take on recording this, and that is the exact card that came out the first time. So you may be deciding like what effort you want to put into your relationships, and you know what that's going to look like, because it may be different. It may be, you know, not as much or more. You may be deciding to focus a little more on yourself. You may be identifying things that you want and need out of this relationship, and you may be deciding like, okay, I'm not moving forward unless, you know, we have this agreement that this is how things are going to be. We also have the Seven of Cups here, so you may be considering different options, considering different paths for yourself. Okay, so it could be, you know, continuing with this partner. It could be opening up to new partners and separating. It could be, yeah, any of those things. You could be just deciding. There's a lot of options here for you on the table here. We also have the Four of Wands, and this doesn't have to be a romantic relationship, so you can definitely apply this to the relationship that you have with yourself, or it could be with friends. So, you know, again, just apply this how you see fit and how it resonates with you. But we do have the Four of Wands here, so some of you may even be like contemplating marriage, and if that's something that you do want with this person, with your partner. Some of you may already be married or be getting married, so you may be deciding, if you're already married, like in what ways can you continue to grow and continue to experience a healthy, happy union. And others of you, you may be like just stepping into that space. You may be engaged or newly married, and deciding like, okay, you know, just figuring out like what that's like and what any changes or adjustments you feel like are necessary as a part of that process. But this is really a new beginning here. So anyway it is, whether you're single or with someone, you have new beginnings here. And I'm even going to say, I'm hearing for some of you, this is absolutely love. If that is something that you desire and you are wanting, you are walking through a new chapter, and you get to decide what that looks like. And it is a chapter of abundance and blessings and continued success. Okay, that's what the Four of Wands would represent. So know that any chapter that you step into has the opportunity to be very fruitful, very fulfilling to you, if you allow it. So we have we have new portals, a new beginning here, new cycles opening up. So that is that strong confirmation of that's what's happening here. What else? We also have good fortune here with the World. So again, with the success. We have the Three of Cups coming out here. So that is more success, contentment, fulfillment, celebration. So some of you, yeah, this may be your wedding ceremony, your honeymoon that we're talking about here, your anniversary party. This could be a birthday well, maybe not for you, but this could be a birthday celebration or just some sort of celebration that you're having, maybe for family members or for friends, or just out in the community. It may be a celebration. So this is definitely time for you to enjoy yourself. Like, we're getting into the start of summer here. So you are, you know, figuring out what works best for you and how you want to spend the summer, how you want to spend your time, what you want to put effort into. Okay, we have more good luck, more success, more fortune coming your way. So know and recognize that you are transforming into this all-powerful being here, to which you already are. So you're really just remembering who you are. That's all you're doing here. You're coming into that remembrance and that knowing. And it is a time to celebrate, a time to be happy, a time to rejoice. Because you know that you are co-creating with the universe, and you know that good things are coming your way, and you know that even if you encounter an experience that you do not prefer, that it's all just showing you that you don't prefer it. It's allowing you to see, separate yourself from it and to view different perspectives of it. So it's allowing you that opportunity. And then it's ultimately allowing you the opportunity to learn what it is that you designed for yourself to learn as you move on in your journey in life. Okay, so we definitely have those new cycles opening up of abundance, good fortune. We also have this 5 of Cups here. So for some of you, as a part of this journey, here's what I want to say, how I want to say this. So as a part of this journey, just know that it's not going to be perfect. Not everything's going to happen exactly how you want it. It's not going to turn out exactly how you want it, because you're co-creating with your higher self and with the universe. So you're visualizing, you're staying in a higher frequency and vibration, and the universe is bringing you exactly what you need at the exact right moment in time. So you know, if there are still things to learn that you designed for yourself to learn, you're still going to have experiences where you are going to have that opportunity to learn some things. So it's going to be so important to stay focused on positive outcomes and positivity. And even though in the face of when you don't have a positive outcome as per the way you define it, then there's still learning, there's still opportunity out of that for you to receive a blessing from that. Okay, instead of, focusing on what you lost or what you don't have, or that it didn't end up the way you wanted it to, this is about really focusing on the lessons and the blessings and moving on. Okay, so we also have this King of Swords here. So you are, as a part of this new chapter, being more analytical, you're being more careful, you're using more discernment to figure out like what is for you and what's coming with you and what's not, and who can be in your energy and who you're going to give your energy to. Okay. All right, so let's get some oracles here. So we have unstable. Give me a clarification on that. Ace of Cups. Okay. All right, so things may have felt unstable, or they may feel unstable as you're opening up this new chapter, because I'm just like seeing the vision of like one chapter closing and then like a new world opening. So yeah, that may look and create a little bit of instability, and you may even be in between worlds for a little bit of time while you're letting go of old things and you're allowing new things to begin. So it may feel like there's a little bit of instability there, but know and trust that it's all for your highest good, and you are stepping into a portal of success here. Okay, so just trust in that. And also, I don't know if I said this, but we do have love here. So if that is something that you're desiring, it is here. So we have justice as well. So yeah, you receiving everything that is due to you by your birthright. Okay, all the things that you're desiring, you already have. That's how you can even desire them, because you already have them. So this is you connecting with that energy, that frequency, that vibration as a part of this new chapter, and allow those blessings to come to you. Okay, but just also knowing and trusting that everything is working out for you and in your highest good as a part of this process. Okay, and again, that doesn't mean that everything's going to be perfect and there's not going to be any issues or you're not going to learn any lessons. It does not mean that. It just means that when you do learn those lessons, when you do have those moments where you're like, oh shit, this didn't go the way I wanted it to, or wow, I don't know if I can deal with this, if I can handle this, like those are the moments where you're being asked to go within, to connect with your higher self, with source, with your guides, and ask for that support and assistance to help you persevere, and also understand what the lesson is that you're to be learning from this experience, so that you can take that knowledge and wisdom and apply it as you move on. Okay, so let's see, let's move to challenges. Okay. All right, so we have the Page of Pentacles here. So you may have a little bit of a challenge with letting go of the past and not focusing on the past, and allowing yourself to stay in the present moment. So yeah, that may be a challenge for some of you here. So just recognize when you're doing that. So the first step of that is recognizing that it's actually happening and then stopping it in that moment. And you may even say to yourself, like I do this, I'm a Taurus, so I know. I do this sometimes where I'm like, okay, stop. Why are you thinking about this? Why are you recreating this past moment? It's not serving you at all in any way. Then I go into how I want to feel and how powerful I am. And I stay in the present moment. Okay, so I'm not preaching or not saying anything that I don't actively do myself here. And I know for sure that it works because I do it myself. Okay, so we also have the 4 of Diamonds here. So you may be clinging a little too tightly to the past, or this could even be like financial wise, like you recognizing like there's some things that would help you along the process. And I'm speaking in particular because what I'm seeing is like for your business venture or partnership or any collaboration that you're trying to do, like you may have this side hustle that you're working on, even that you may need to apply, you may need to fund that in some way, and you could be like holding a little too tightly to the purse strings because you're not quite sure that you want to make that investment. Use your discernment, use your intuition. Okay, because for some of you it's a go, it's a yes, and for others of you, you know what's best for you and you're making the right choices for you. And that's happening regardless. So there is no wrong or right answer here. I'm just saying for the answer is different for everyone involved, basically, is what I'm trying to say. So I just want you to know, like, it's okay to say, you know what, no, that's too much money right now. I don't want to invest that. And it's also okay to say, hey, you know what, I'm going for it. This is a calculated risk that I've researched, that I put a lot of time and effort into making sure that this is the right move for me. And so I'm ready to move forward with it. Okay, so yeah, there's different paths here that you can take and none are wrong. Okay, what else? We have the Hierophant. So some of you may also struggle a little bit to let go of some traditions, some values that aren't serving you, some just belief systems that just aren't true. They're not who you are anymore. And for some of you, this is like structured, organized type of requirements that you should be living by, or anything else that you're applying this to. It's giving like very structured, organized type of energy, basically. So some of you may have a little bit of contrast there and struggle with stepping away from that and stepping into your power of who you know you are. So that may come up for you this week. We also have the King of Pentacles here. Okay. All right. So again, I'm going to bring up the finances because I did speak to that a little bit here. So that's definitely a confirmation of that for me. But also, this could be about you trusting in yourself and believing in yourself and your path. Okay, so some of you may struggle with that a little bit this week, but you are building your financial legacy. You're building your wealth. You are working on whatever you're applying this to, finances, relationships. You are setting the foundation for that, and you're working on that foundation for your relationships, for your finances, whatever you're applying this to. Just look at it as that inspired effort and action toward what it is that you're desiring here, which is a successful outcome where you feel fulfilled and you've learned all that you needed to learn, all that you designed for yourself to learn. Okay, so let's get an oracle here. Lessons in life will repeat. You cannot make this up. Lessons in life will repeat until they are learned. Okay, we just said that, so I'm not going to repeat it, but basically that's what we're saying here as far as realizing and recognizing like what is for you, what is not for you. And if you have those experiences where you're like, yeah, this is not for me, then the purpose is for you to learn what it is that you designed for yourself to learn, so you can go ahead and move on and you can stop that lesson from repeating. Okay? So let's move to underlying fears. Success. Fulfillment. So for some of you, I'm hearing it's like, okay, if I get to the point of where it's like, wow, you know, everything is status quo, everything is working out nicely, then what? Then what happens in the relationship? Then what happens with my business? Then what happens when I reach that level of enlightenment? Okay, so some of you just may have that little underlying fear of like, what's next? Or am I going to get to a point where like there is no more? Or am I going to be satisfied and content with what is truly the outcome? And there's always more. This is something you shouldn't be worried about, because there's always more. The best that it can get, there's even better. Okay? So no worries there. We also have the Ace of Swords here. Okay, so there's definitely, you may have a little bit of fear about whether you can let go of some negative energies, negative thought systems, negative belief systems, or just belief systems that aren't serving you, that don't align with you remembering who you authentically are. So we don't even have to label them. They just don't align with who you authentically are. And I'm looking at this Hierophant because I feel like this is more like institutionalized type of rhetoric requirements that may be placed upon you to be a certain type of person or to live your life a certain way. And you're clearly evolving here and trusting in yourself and in who you are more and more and more. Trust your own strategies. Trust your own philosophies. Okay. What else? So, what I did want to say about that is like, just, there may be the fear here about where you're going and if it's enough to sustain you for who you're becoming, like your beliefs and stuff. So let me just give the example, since I'm like skirting around it. But so basically, just as an example, let's just say religion. You may be deciding that, okay, I'm switching to a more spiritual me. I'm allowing that space to evolve, that energy to evolve, and I'm no longer going to really subscribe to organized religion. So you may have this underlying fear of like, okay, am I enough? Me trusting in me exploring that side of spirituality and that side of myself, is that enough? So that's just an example of what I wanted to say, because I feel like I was beating around the bush with this, so let me just come on and say it. And again, that doesn't have to align with you. It doesn't have to resonate. Only take it if it resonates. So we do have some options that are coming up here, and you may have a little bit of uncertainty and feel like you need a little more clarity around those options and what it's going to look like for you. If you do decide like, yeah, I do want to go down a different path, or I do want to, work on something different, or even if we go back to relationships, which is really the theme ultimately, is this new path what I truly want? Is it truly what's going to make me happy? And when I say happy, I mean just feeling fulfilled and healthy, in a healthy relationship, basically. Okay. So yeah, those may be some underlying fears that come up. So let's look at potential outcomes here. So we have the Chariot. So okay. The answer is allow yourself to be divinely guided and trust in your intuition. Point blank. Yeah. Don't be afraid of any judgments that come your way, anything that anyone else is saying, and those that are looking around, judging you and judging what you're doing. You are to not pay them any attention. You are to concentrate on your gifts and talents and your abilities, and strengthening those esoteric gifts and talents, your psychic abilities, your mediumship abilities, your intuition, because those are all abilities that can support you and help you as part of your evolution when you're entering in this new chapter. So we have Temperance here, and trusting that everything will balance out. Everything is working out for you and your highest good, and you need to trust in that. And you can also contribute to creating more balance here as you feel appropriate. So this could be more balanced, body, mind, and soul, basically, is what I'm hearing. And also with the divine masculine and divine feminine qualities as well. So when you feel like you need to be stronger, you need to be more assertive, you need to stand in your decisions and your opinions, your positions. Stand tall in that. Don't back down from that. That is who you are authentically and what you believe and know is true. So you're being asked to stand in that power. But then also be open, be compassionate, be understanding, be empathetic with others. Okay, so just it's a balance of those masculine and feminine qualities. Okay, so let's get some oracles here. So we have magic, wonderful, make a wish and believe in miracles. Magic is surrounding you all over. I love that. And we also have let your fears dissolve. Wonderful. That is a wonderful way to end this, because I feel like this is that confirmation that you are pure magic. You are entering a magic portal where you are pure magic. You can create anything that you desire, co-creating along with the universe. Let go of your fears and any of the belief systems that keep you stuck and stagnant, and that keep you from recognizing who you truly are and remembering who you are. And allow yourself to be divinely guided down your true path. Okay, Taurus? So those are the messages I have for you. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful week.